Hey guys, today we're going to look at the Latitude Outdoors Classic. This is the Classic 2, and been wanting to give you a review on this thing for a little while. It's been really hot here in Arkansas. It's really hot today. It's July 3rd, and um, it's about 90 degrees and extremely humid. So if you see me sweating, just bear with me. But Latitude, the Classic 2. First thing you notice when you get the Classic 2 is the packaging. You can tell that these guys really take a lot of pride in bringing something to you that looks good still in the box. I mean, this thing is it's very eye-catching, and most of the time when you get something and you can tell that the company is taking a lot of pride in just how they package it up, chances are whatever's inside is going to be really nice. This is no different. So Latitude Outdoors, the Classic, they come in one size. That's one thing that I was wondering about, if it was going to fit me, if it was going to be too big, too small. Turns out it's just right. I'm a 36 waist. Usually in a saddle such as the tethered Phantom, I wear a regular TX5. A medium fits me well. So this saddle fits me just fine, and it does come with removable leg straps. You can put them on, you can take them off. I always run a saddle with them on. But the packaging, really awesome. So kudos to them guys for the packaging. When you get it out, this is what you're going to see. It's a classic single panel design. It is mesh, so hunting in the south when it's 90 degrees opening day of bow season, the mesh is a really good option because it's not as hot as a solid fabric body on a saddle. But first thing you'll notice when you get this thing out of the box is how nice it's made. I mean, how well it's made. The stitching is really clean. The molly webbing, it's run straight. It's not crooked. They use a gray mesh. It's a gray webbing for the chassis, and they got some coyote panels that are like 1.5 inch mesh that run vertical on the saddle, and we'll talk about those in a minute as far as comfort goes. They have coyote webbing on it. Their lineman's loop design is actually really nice. When you put this thing on, the lineman's loops pretty much stay open, so clipping in and removing your carabiner, not a problem in this saddle. So they have thick, it's like tubular webbing that's wrapped over this, sewn over this webbing. So the bridge loops are really thick, stiff, so it makes it really easy to adjust your bridge. You can adjust it on this side. So if you're a leaner, you might have it somewhere in the middle. If you sit more, you might have more pressure underneath you. They have the main Prusik adjustment is on the right side of the saddle. So for lengthening, and shortening your bridge. Here's the removable leg straps. They're just wire gate C-clips. You just take them on and off if you want. I always leave them on, but that's just mainly to keep the saddle in place. It's not necessarily that I'm concerned with safety, but I don't have any problem with leaving them on. So the thing that I believe sets this apart, along with, say, the Method 2, which is their 2-panel saddle, is the rope belt. Now, it's 8mm Oplux, and you look at the rope belt and you think, I don't know about that. Is it going to dig into my skin? Is it going to slip when I'm walking? And actually, if this thing is adjusted right, it's just as tight as a webbing belt. So you can see here they got one end that has black shrink wrap on the end. You got the other end that's got red. So this kind of lets you know, which one to pull when you want to tighten it up. You always pull the red one, and then you can pull the friction hitch to loosen it back up. So, but the thing is, have this thing dressed properly, and it won't slip. So, if I was walking in with my saddle on, a webbing belt might be a little better, but especially if you have dump pouches with a lot of gear in them, I generally run one dump pouch, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, that's it. It's just a classic single panel design. The look of this thing is really catching to the eye, and like I said earlier, generally when you get something with really nice packaging, whatever's inside is going to be just as nice or nicer. So you can tell the guys at Latitude, Alex and the guys, really take a lot of pride in putting this out here, and you can tell it shows in their work. So we're going to get this thing on, get it in the tree. I got my stuff set up here, and we're going to talk a little bit about comfort in the Classic 2. Okay, first thing, always make sure your gate is closed on your carabiner before you lean back and start hunting. So just a safety tip. I am a leaner primarily, so I generally have the adjustments pretty much in the middle of the bridge loops. So when I lean back, it kind of puts even pressure. Now, the first thing you notice, if you get the bridge length correct and your tether height is correct, there is no hip pinch in the saddle. I just happened to get lucky and got my bridge length adjusted correctly the first time. So there's really no hip pinch, there's really no fiddle factor. That's why a lot of guys will go with a single panel saddle, is because you don't have to worry about, which panel is higher or lower for comfort. It's just you kind of get it where it needs to be, and it just stays there. That's where it lives for the rest of the hunt. One thing, in case you guys are wondering about my tether, here's something I've been doing here recently, is I got a wire gate carabiner on it with a friction hitch. And this is a backup for me, but it's also really for rope management, because a lot of guys are like, what do I do with the end of my rope? You can tie an overhand knot in this end, run it up through your bridge, clip it in the carabiner, but you still have this rope in front of you. What I found with this is I'll run it over to my right side, put a little tension on it, I'll clip it into my lineman's loop on my right side, I'll take the tag into my rope, I'll just reach around and I'll stuff it in my dump pouch on that side. So notice I don't have any rope in front of me dangling. The rest of my bridge, a lot of times I'll just take it and stick it on that side. Don't really have to worry about finagling with a bunch of ropes in front of me. So, but as far as comfort goes, like I said, there's no hip pinch. And the reason I think Latitude got this right is them two pieces of webbing they run vertical on the body of the saddle. It really provides a lot of support between the bottom of the chassis and the top where the molly is. So I don't know if you can see it, but this is the webbing I'm talking about, one on each side, and it just feels like, it just really feels comfortable sitting in it. And you can loosen the bridge if you want, and I generally, if I'm going to sit for any amount of time, I'll use the the waist strap on my Kafaru pack, which is what I'm going to be running this year, and it doubles as a knee pad, so I don't actually have to carry an extra pad. So, but it's really just an overall great design. As you can see here, the lineman's loops, they stay open. Clipping in and clipping out of those is really going to be a breeze, because you don't have to worry about them being folded up against the saddle trying to clip into them in the dark. They're always open, and they stick out quite a bit, so they're really easy to find. It's really hot today, like I said, and I'm really not getting any heat, just really on my backside, because of the webbing, the mesh that they use. So if you're in the market for a classic design single panel saddle, don't overlook the Classic 2. It's just an awesome design, and Latitude's customer service, I've heard nothing but good things about their customer service. They've got a couple of platforms that are coming out here in the next few weeks, from what I understand, and pretty interested to try one of those. If it's as nice as the Classic saddle, the Method 2, which we're going to do in our next video, if it's as nice as those, then they're going to hit a home run with it. So give Alex a shout, or the guys at Latitude a call, shoot them an email if you have any questions. I'm sure there's something in this video that I probably missed, because I'm still new to this, but something else that you might notice in the video is the new Lone Wolf Custom Gear Fix platform. It's really nice. Like I said, I'm waiting on Latitude's platforms to come out to put those to the test as well. So great option if you're in the market for a single panel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Give this video a like and share. Let's get this one out here, guys. It's probably the most underrated single panel saddle that is out there right now. It gets overlooked a lot. Not really sure why, because it's super comfortable. It's simple. There's not a lot of fiddle factor in it, and I believe if you sit in one and you give it a try, you guys will really like it. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great 4th of July and be safe.